Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Mark Lynn. Namaskar. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi is en route to France. The Prime Minister will co-chair the AI Action Summit and also review the 2047 Horizon Roadmap's progress. After visiting France, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit the United States at the invitation of US President Donald Trump. Technology, trade, defense among key areas of focus. Asia's biggest air show, Aero India, begins in the southern Indian city of Bengaluru. The Defence Minister terms it as a platform to showcase India's defence might. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is visiting France and the United States beginning today. First stop will be France on a 3-day visit at the invitation of President Emmanuel Macron. In his departure statement, the Prime Minister said that in Paris he looks forward to co-chairing the AI Action Summit, a gathering of world leaders and global tech CEOs where views will be exchanged on a collaborative approach to AI technology for innovation and larger public good in an inclusive, secure and trustworthy manner. The bilateral segment of this visit will provide an opportunity to review the progress on the 2047 Horizon Roadmap for India-France strategic partnership along with his friend, President Macron. And he will also travel then to the historic French city of Marseille and inaugurate the first Indian consulate in France there, and also visit the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor Project, in which India is a member of the consortium of the partner countries, including France. This is to harness energy for global good. The Prime Minister will also pay tribute to Indian soldiers who laid down their lives during World Wars I and II at the Marzaghe War Cemetery. So, from France, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to proceed on a 2-day visit to the United States. This is at the invitation of the US President Donald Trump. He looks forward to meeting his friend, President Trump. Although this will be their first meeting following Trump's historic electoral victory and inauguration on January 20, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has a very warm recollection of working together in his first term, as well as building a comprehensive global strategic partnership between India and the United States. The visit will be an opportunity to build upon the successes of their collaboration in Trump's first term and also develop an agenda to further elevate the relationship, deepen the partnership, including in areas of technology, trade, defense, energy and supply chain resilience. The two leaders will work together for mutual benefit of the people of both countries and to shape a better world. The AI Summit in France is garnering attention with India co-chairing it. So the Government of India has launched multiple platforms and initiatives to foster local AI startups in various sectors. Translation is one of them, robotics another, healthcare a third. Tapas Bhattacharya speaks to Prem Narinda Das. He is the founder and CEO of generative AI platform Catonic. Let's listen.
The world is in Paris to take part in the AI summit that's making waves around the globe. And I have with me Prem Narinda Das, an Indian who has come to Paris. Sir, AI making waves? Your company, Catonica, what is it doing and how you guys are in Paris?
Yeah, look, Ketonic, we are an Australian startup, so I've been living in Australia from 10 years now, and Ketonic essentially helps organizations. So there's a lot of AI. So as you see, everyone is talking about AI, but not many know what to do with AI, right? So we help enterprises get value from AI by helping their employees become productive, by helping them build applications which can make their customer experience. Because in the end, technology means nothing, right? If you have a screwdriver, it means nothing unless it helps you do something with it, and that's what we help do.
Do you believe that it's time for India and other countries to take the game forward? The open source AI is there, but there's time for other countries to make it accessible to all.
So one trend which we are seeing is sovereign AI. So every country wants to build and own their own AI because AI is going to be a big differentiator. So it is important for every country, including India, to essentially have their own open source model, train them on their own data, and deploy it on their own data center. So there's a lot of investment which is happening in India. We work with a lot of partners of are in India, but definitely sovereign AI where you have complete control over AI.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be coming here. India is co-chairing this AI summit. How excited you are being an Indian making AI for the world from India?
Yeah, look, I'm very excited. So if you see, the flag there, the first flag there is an Indian flag, and Australia and India, we work very closely together. And Ketonic, I would say, is like Apple, where it's designed in Sydney in Australia, but built in India, right? So my entire team is in India. We actually have customers globally now, Philippines, Indonesia, US. So it's a very unique relationship we share where we work together, and it is made in India, designed in Australia, but distributed around the world, right? So very excited.
Truly a global place. AI summit is happening. Let me ask my camera Steve to show you. This is the place. You see India's flag right in front, and that's what make this such special. This AI summit is expected to be a game changer around the globe and for the world, and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be coming here in a short while from now to take part in this AI summit. With Camera Steve, this is Tabush Bhattacharya for DD India from Paris.
The 15th edition of the biennial Aero India was inaugurated by the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh at the Air Force Station in Yelahanka in Bengaluru today. This is in line with Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India, Make for the World vision. And Asia's biggest air show, it provides a stage to forge international collaborations to fast-track indigenization, thereby also providing a thrust to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's the resolve of his government of making India a developed country by 2047. It's organized in a total area of about 42,000 square meters, and this event witnesses a participation of over 900 exhibitors. 150 of them are foreign companies. The presence of air chiefs, of secretaries from 43 countries, it highlights the significance of this event, not just for India, but also the entire international defense community. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh emphasized that Aero India serves as a significant platform to showcase the nation's growing defense capabilities as well as technological advancements.
Important objective of Aero India is to showcase not only our industrial capability, but also our technological advancement to the entire world. This shows our commitment towards the security of our nation to further strengthen our symbiotic relations with friendly foreign countries. Today, the platform of Aero India has brought together government representatives, industry leaders, Air Force officers, scientists, defense sector experts, startup, academia, and various other stakeholders from all over the world.
The India Pavilion at the Aero India is a flight to self-reliance. It showcases 130 Make in India defense products. The pavilion firmly puts India in the defense market. Vishal Barrister reports.
I'm inside the India Pavilion at the Aero India show, and this is the finest example of Make in India, Make for the World. And I have with me the Deputy Director General from the Ministry of Defence, Mr. Chandandeep Singh, who's also in charge of the pavilion. Let's talk to him and find out. Sir, first of all, this pavilion, as the Defence Minister said, is the example of India's strength.
Yes. It's basically Ministry of Defence effort to give an opportunity to all the Indian companies, big corporates, MSMEs, startups, to showcase their technologies or innovations they have carried out in the last few years. And this is the single roof platform which has been given to them to showcase their efforts to the whole world.
So when we talk about India's strength, which we are showcasing to the world, 130 products have been put on display. So can you please specify, because I can say this is advanced medium combat aircraft. So what all has been put on display?
Yeah. In India Pavilion, we try to focus to ensure that all kind of technologies which have been developed in various domains, whether it is naval aviation, army aviation, or these startups, we try to cover the entire gamut of the Indian ecosystem. And the finest example where India is really taking strides in the self-reliance is the fighter jets, where we have now Tejas and the upgraded version of this. And now the AMCA, which is behind us, it is under development by our Aeronautical Development Agency. And similarly, we have many more products like HL have CATS Warrior. This is also showcased here. And apart from that, many technologies in the field of UAVs or electronics, radars, or even the niche technologies like AI, robotics, all are displayed at one place.
So there you heard from the Deputy Director General. This is the new India. This is Make in India, Make for the World. With cameraman Ashok in Bangalore, this is Vishal Barrister for DD India.
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacted with students on different aspects of stress-free exams in the 8th edition of the Pariksha Pe Charcha. This year's Pariksha Pe Charcha has been revamped with a fresh and immersive format featuring 7 key themes ranging from mental health, mindfulness to technology, sports and financial literacy. The other episodes of the event bring renowned personalities to guide students. This is on essential aspects of life and learning. The Prime Minister personally addressed the students' concerns about exam pressure, time management, as well as career choices, while encouraging them to think beyond textbooks and to develop a broader perspective on life and learning.
समाज जीवन में दुर्भाग्य से ऐसा घुस गया है कि अगर हमने स्कूल में इतना नंबर नहीं लाया, 10th में इतना नहीं आया, 12th में इतना नहीं आया, तो जैसे जिंदगी तबाह हो जाएगी।
Yes, sir.
और इसलिए पूरे घर में तनाव हो जाए। तो रात माँ बाप को तो समझा नहीं सकते। अब तो एग्जाम के 2 महीने बचे होंगे, अब उनको कहो माँ अभी भाषण मत दो, ऐसा तो नहीं कर सकते। आपने अपने आप को तैयार करना। इसका मतलब आप पर प्रेशर है। बैट्समैन उस प्रेशर की परवाह नहीं करता।
Yes, sir.
उसका पूरा ध्यान उस बॉल पे होता है। अगर आप भी इस प्रेशर को मन में न लेते हुए अपना ध्यान, आज मैंने इतना पढ़ना तय किया, ये अगर कर लेते हैं, आप आराम से उस प्रेशर में से भी अपने आप को दिखा सकते हैं।
The 8th edition of Pariksha Pe Charcha was live streamed at the Kendriya Vidyalaya and other CBSE schools in Nepal on Monday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared valuable advice to students on fostering a celebratory attitude. This is towards learning as well as life through the live streamed event. The events were attended by students from classes 6 to 11 along with their parents and teachers and officers of the Indian Embassy in Kathmandu. The principal and students of the Kendriya Vidyalaya in Kathmandu also shared their gratitude. They applauded the Prime Minister for his guidance.
Our students of Kendriya Vidyalaya Kathmandu, they were all eagerly expecting for this day. Around 575 students along with the teachers and with the parents, we all watched the program and it was a wonderful session.
Still to come here on DD India Live. The European Union says that it's going to counter and replicate any tariffs imposed on it by the US. Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia disconnect from the Russian power grid. They now join the European power grid. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Mark Lynn. The US President Donald Trump has said that he will announce a 25% import tax on all steel and aluminium entering the United States. This is a move that will have the biggest impact on Canada. Now, Trump also said that there would be an announcement later in the week about reciprocal tariffs on all countries that tax imports from Washington. But he did not specify which nations would be targeted or if there would be any exemptions. The move marks another escalation in Trump's trade policy, which has already sparked retaliation from China. Canada and Mexico are two of the US's biggest steel trading partners, and Canada is the biggest supplier of aluminium metal into the United States. Responding to Trump's announcement, the European Union has said that they are going to replicate any tariffs imposed by the United States. The French Foreign Minister, Jean-Noël Barrot, has said that his country, in fact the whole EU, is not going to hesitate in defending their interests. He was asked about measures of retaliation, and he replied that it was up to the European Commission now to decide what sectors would be targeted. South Korea held an emergency meeting with steelmakers as well in Seoul. They are discussing measures to minimize the impact of potential US tariffs. Seoul said that they are trying to learn the details of this potential tariff, as well as working out closely with steelmakers. They're going to actively respond how they're going to deal with this potential tariff threat. The Korean steelmakers, they supply steel to factories for car makers like Hyundai, Kia, as well as televisions, appliances in Mexico as well as the United States. Meanwhile, the Australian government has decided to urge Washington to give them exemptions over steel tariffs. The Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has said that he has raised the issue with the US President Trump and his administration over tariffs.
Australian companies have significant investments in US steel industry, creating thousands of jobs in both the US and in Australia. We will continue to make the case for Australia's national interest with the US administration, and what's more, we regard this as also being in the US's national interest as well. Because tariffs, of course, don't tax us, they tax the purchasers of our products.
The Baltic states, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, disconnected from the Russian power grid on Saturday. They have joined the European power grid in a bid for more energy security and independence. Joining us with more on this is the DW correspondent Chiponda Chimbelu. He's in Berlin. Chiponda, what does this switch mean for Europe?
Well, for Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia, this switch is about diversifying energy suppliers and their energy mix. And it also means they can integrate more renewables like solar and wind energy. And that's because being part of the EU's power grid allows the three countries to be part of its common electricity market. Now, that means that the three Baltic countries can export any surplus renewable energy to other parts of the EU. Brussels has set a target for all its members to be able to import or export at least 15% of power produced within the bloc. And it has also supported the Baltic countries with becoming part of its integrated electricity system. It invested 1.23 billion euros to help them connect. The Baltic states are now linked to the EU's power grid through Poland, Sweden, and Finland. But while all these links may ensure a bigger energy mix and steady flow of electricity, there are also some risks.
Chipendu Chimbelu, thanks very much. Now, on Sunday, February 9, thousands of people in Madrid protested against rising housing and rental prices, calling it a housing emergency. Demonstrators, in fact, demanded dignified housing and urgent solutions for themselves from the authorities. The large-scale demonstration highlights the growing frustration of housing affordability in the Spanish capital, as housing prices in Spain have hit a historic high, 12.25% above the 2007 record. In the Amazonas state of Brazil, 4,900 yellow-spotted river turtles called trachacha. They were released into a local river. They were led by this was led by the Federal University of Amazonas. This is a project that has returned 70,000 turtles to the wild in 10 years. The yellow-spotted river turtle, it's a native to many river basins in northern South America, including the Amazon and Orinoco rivers. So the release of these baby turtles has paved the way for environmental preservation in riverside communities. Residents of the Iranian capital Tehran finally got their first snowfall of the year on Sunday, February 9, enjoying Parvaz Park's snowy blanket. However, many are worried about the lack of snow and rain leading to a drought later. The Iran front page news, it reported that Iran's northern province experienced heavy snowfall. The Iranian Meteorological Organization has warned of incoming temperature drop. Bird watching is booming in China, boosting ecotourism as nature lovers flock to see rare birds. In Jiangxi province, in Yunnan province, in the country there, visitors are amazed by 230 bird species. They look like they've seen these beautiful things. White cranes, oriental storks. Now, one of the places is called Yadoningio village. It's in Shandong province. It's been charming tourists with snow dancing white swans. That's what we saw there. And efforts to protect these birds, they include patrols as well as swan protection stations. Now, seagulls are also the highlight of Qingdao, and that has been attracting large crowds. Let's get to the sports news now. The Premier League and the leader there, Liverpool, they were knocked out of the FA Cup by the second-tier struggler, Plymouth, after losing 1-0 in a stunning fourth-round upset on Sunday. It ended any hopes of a quadruple of major trophies for Liverpool. Liverpool was leading the Premier League by 6 points with a game in hand. They finished top of the revamped first stage of the Champions League, and they reached the English League Cup final. After this stunning upset, Plymouth now become the first club from outside the Premier League to beat a team that is leading the top flight since Wigan had eliminated Manchester City in February of 2018. That's all we have in this edition of DD India Live. Thank you for joining us. Let's know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those of you on the go, you can get the latest news from DD India and across the world on the app that we have, which is available on Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code and you can download it. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. My name is Mark Lynn. Thank you for being with us. Namaskar.
Timeless, boundless, and infinite. The essence of faith, the soul of Sanatan culture. From the sacred confluence of Prayag, where divinity descends to earth. Witness the grandeur, the devotion, the magic. World's largest cultural and spiritual gathering, with over 450 million devotees expected to attend. Mahakumbh, India's greatest festival of faith. Exclusively on DD India.